What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. This is a continuation. This would be part two of the Larry the Batman fan particular birthday present and Christmas present special. As far as these first, I don't know. Within these pitches, this is kind of a sum up of Christmas 2025, birthday of mine that's happening in May, and then also Christmas of 2026 within these pitches. So good, excellent products. Fuck with Larry the Batman fan and his YouTube channel, pitches like that. Sunset Surprise. The links in the description, and it has for a number of these descriptions. Yeah, he's got some good gaming type stuff, pitches like that, Sound Stuff Airs, movies, and extra music and music type air pitches like that. Sound Surprises, some hit type stuff on this channel, but particularly one of these type pitches to get to here is ATV Off Road Fury. As far as these pitches, I want to say I think it was either the second or the third one that Larry the Batman fan got me within these pitches beforehand within the Christmas special. Saxon type pitches get another follow up type one within the hit type Fury of this as far as these pitches going to happen. Good type varieties as far as these pitches going to happen. Paying attention towards it here. Some real good blistering typeness, X Games type formats, pitch like that. I think I would say ATV kind of is within the X Games type varieties, pitch like that. Some stuff there, so just getting crunk too. Makes me wonder if it has like a soundtrack like Tony Hawk pitches like that. Sunset Riders that has like some good kind of like CKY in there, a bunch of bands like that. Sunset pitch pretty excellent type product. But within pitch for saying, but Blistering type fair, some good speeds about this particular fair products about it. Just seems like some backyard kind of furiousness pitches like that. Good type varieties. Never hit one with these pitches is 007 Agent Under Fire as far as these pitches. I mean, there's some good type varieties. I question if it has like the espionage type fare within like the sneaker run type fashion, like particular Splinter Cell and pitches like that. It's kind of within variety. James Bond being one of the OG type espionage type agents, pitches like that. Some surprise. Pierce Brosnan did pretty good with the movies that James Bond was in around this time as far as these players going to go. Definitely with the pitches like Tomorrow Never Dies and Goldeneye. Some stuff wants some good excellent pitches about it. The world is not enough. So and stuff wants an aspect good excellent prize for us to pitch count. But yeah, some of these Bond games are pretty good. Definitely to fuck with like GoldenEye is a good excellent classic until like Halo kind of demolished it, pitch like that, but still some excellent type prize. Paying attention to some of those type formats. Good banging typeness. James Bond's good series. Now kind of with the pitch. It does need to kind of be like another killer James Bond type game like GoldenEye again, pitches like that. I think there were some other type ones, but some good excellent varieties. Definitely I'd say here pitches like that. Now this is a hitting type game here, good offshoot of a good hit series. Then pitch like that is Gran Turismo 2 as far as these pitching. I might own the third one within sense of pitches. I might own the fourth one as well within sense of aspects. The game, the kind of obvious kind of vehicular type fury within pitch like that. This is kind of like the staple of these particular type aspects. Like when you think of Grand Theft Auto being like the de facto kind of like mission setting type game within pitches like that of like reality kind of with the pitch of this like actual get a job and conquer type fare. This is like that particular aspect with cars as far as these pitching have now. Back in these particular days with like the original PlayStation Sony stuff fairs, it was definitely a good set for it to kind of get towards it discontinued. Like these are usually pretty noteworthy within the aspect when these series comes around, pitches like that, the customization, all the shit that you can do with it within some stuff varieties. Only pitch behind it within these fairs, I think like a good game within the consolidation of it, a good game within the aspect behind it is driver. This is like this. It doesn't have as driver doesn't have as much customization as like Gran Turismo, but it is kind of within the pitch as far as saying basically kind of it's like an in between, kind of between like Gran Turismo and Grand Theft Auto as far as this pitch. Grand Theft Auto is a little bit more man missions and just real life, and then like Gran Turismo is a little bit more cars, but that's kind of an in between type fashion. But it's a good type pitches if you're strictly wanting like the ride out and just like the race along pitches like that, just strictly within the vehicle typeness, good type product here within these pitches. Makes me question if there's like a story mode. I think if there had been like a main character that you could have named or something like that would have been the pitch as far as, but it's just the emphasis kind of is on like the customization for it's like that. Was good accent pitches, good, some good banging typeness. If players are some movies in here pitched like that. I do remember this particular movie from way, way back. Some of these have pitched at least one of these have ones within this particular series. This would be Spy Kids as far as these first I'm solid enough within those pitches. Good kind of mini James Bond type product within sense to pitch as far as these formats going to happen. Just paying attention to like the variety. It's kind of like that particular fair. It's just some of those type pitches kind of having like it's good cute type mood watch with like a starlet. Some of those type pitches just amongst the phrase as far as just paying attention to just like just the kind of frolic and pitches like that. Some type ordeals. It's kind of the pitch of just a light lick waste like a Sunday evening, Monday evening with like flames in mind pitch like that. Sounds surprised, but it's good quality type movie within these pitches. Pretty similar to like Mask of Zorro, but just more kid centric pitches like that. Sounds surprised with an excellent aspects of it. Good pitches like that. Nice cute flick, I'd have to say. This particular one's a 3 film collection. Not I know a couple of these. I Yeah, it's pretty good type pitches here within these aspects. I remember there at least being two Bill and Ted type movies. I remember Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which I have fucked with in the past, picked it up from the library. And then also like Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey was like the sequel that came out pretty quickly. But then apparently there was a third one. Some of these type pitches. This is probably like the way that they kind of did. Yeah, they did a sequel. So all of these have Keanu Reeves and the other cat in here, which it's not like I don't remember his name, but just the pitch as far as yeah, Alex Winter, as far as he's first gonna have another fair about within the Alex Winter type fair is just the fact that he didn't really do too many terribly other movies within those pitches. This was kind of like his breakout type role pitch like that. But they make a good combination fairs like that. They should have had like they should have definitely had like these particular folks do like some further type varieties within the pitch of like kind of the way that like it's the same thing when you think of Jim Carrey and like the other folk from Dumb and Dumber pitch like that. I forget his name. Oh yeah, Jeff Daniels. They definitely should have done more movies within those pitches. I just think when they definitely have to say when they get folks that have like good chemistry, like David Spade and Chris Farley, it's just mandatory, kind of like Ice Cube and another good combo is Ice Cube and Mike Epps. Some of those that ones just mandatory that they do necessarily mandatory that they do further type flex kind of within those concepts to kind of keep that ball rolling as far as this pitch game. I know they didn't want to get typecast, but it's just good type pitch of having some type varieties that some director could have picked up another film to kind of get that magic back. So that pitch. That's the variety. Dumb and Dumber is a classic. Bill and Ted, these movies are classics within these pitches, but really you did have to wait from about 1991 until 2020 to get another one with these particular two folks in it again. So it's just mild disappointment that Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves didn't ever do another movie pitch like that, but still some heading type ones that, at least from what I remember, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, that is pretty good stoner classic pitch like that. I want to say they time travel some of those stuff there. This had some random type stuff in it, random type shit, but it's good excellent products amongst it. Good nice one to Chief do, have like some burritos too, 2 o'clock in the morning pitch like that. Sunset Fries, get some donuts, go to the gas station, have the flick on Sunset Fairs. Good excellent pitches amongst it. Some of these type ones, but yeah, good excellent fairs. This is a banging type one here, paying attention to it. This is Space Jam within science that pitch as far as these first gonna happen. This throwback to like throwback when the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan Sons affairs were pretty rampant in like the 90s. This came out around his crest around that particular time, around that particular fair. Getting like Bugs Bunny and some of these type folks amongst the aspect on top of that within these varieties amongst it. Just good timing with some of these type pitches as far as like the format kind of having was just it's kind of said within the variety as far as paying attention like the aspect kind of amongst it within some of these type tones amongst it. The composition amongst this movie is pretty emphatic as far as these pitch games, just the variety as far as getting towards it. The aspect, this reeks of the 90s within those pitches, paying attention to that particular staple type appeal to some of those type songs that you would have heard like this Is How We Do It by Montel Jordan. Just typical kind of sports movie 90s soundtrack within those pitches when paying attention to like the music behind it. Some of these type ones, the routine type ones that you're going to hear, the Jim Fit type songs that were pretty prominent throughout the 90s, but it's good accent pitches, paying attention. Just the de facto type one. I mean, for the times, this was definitely original as hell pitches like that. Paying attention to some of those type movies. Bring It On's another hit type one. Kirsten Dunst and Gabrielle Union, so it's the pitch that has that hit type appeal. It's just some good, nice action type flicks into it's a good, nice sports dramas. It's kind of like a get up type point for some of that type aspect, some of those tones. Good, nice banger. Got some video games here on top of that within these pitches. Hades is a quality type one. Now, I don't know as much full bound about this one. Looks interesting within these pitches. Kind of looks like a variety of within the same type aspects like Devil May Cry and pitches like that with like some fairs, maybe like Castlevania. Both two good hit series within pitches like that. So is this that sense of aspect? Looks kind of anime like within those pitches. Excellent type of ordeal. Says it particularly earned 50 plus Game of the Year award, so it's good, excellent pitches amongst that. Apparently, this was a 2020 Game of the Year, so good, excellent ordeal. Some of these type ones is another offshoot of like a brand and like some new era type IPs that kind of happen pretty heavily pitched like that. Good, nice price. Makes you question how the series of this particular kind of went. If there's like a sequel, I mean, considering that 2020 is now 6.5 years ago, pitched like that, it's kind of probably as far as saying some of these type aspects kind of amongst it, just paying attention to like the hit type appeal. Excellent type banging type one seems interesting. And we've got some further hit type ones within these aspects as well. ATV Off Road Fury 4 as far as these pitch kind of having good type varieties as far as these pitch kind of go, looking after it. Yeah, so some definite banging typeness within these aspects. This kind of pitch as far as just question about it. Consistent kind of speed along some type aspects within ton. Yeah, just good summer energy pitch like that. Some good cookout type fare amongst the aspects of these type varieties. I'm not sure if this is like 4 player type. Yeah, it's at least one. Yeah, 1 to 4 players pitch like that. Yeah, I would probably say this would be a good type tone. Kind of have like a team type mode, something like that. I would question if you could have like some sort of capture the flag type mode or something like that. Just to, I mean, obviously it's not going to have within those pitches, but just the aspects for saying this would be some good type ones. As much as I like racing games, kind of pitch behind it. Like when if this would have only been two players, it would have been kind of pitched. When it's strictly this, you beat. It's either you win or you lose pitches like that. It's just not as apple within the pitch. I typically don't go for one versus one type mode pitches like that. But it's kind of variety as far as saying it's definitely some good wicked typeness getting to like 4 player type mode, but I do like the pitch. They need to start throwing some of that type mode and like racing type games within pitch like that coming up with like some off brand type games that you could do. Coming up with like some off brand type things that you could do in like a team type mode pitches like that. Just question if it could be like a tag team type mode. There's just pitches. I think by the time getting to the 2020s, it's pretty inventive. I'm not complaining about this particular ATV off-road Fury 3, 4, 1, 2 Sundays to pitch, but kind of aspects as far as saying just some good type varieties kind of keep like the spice bit kind of going. Be some good dope pitches, kind of have like some team type modes pitch like that, kind of a 2 versus 2 type mode or some of these type aspects kind of have with like the Fury, but good type players in these pitches definitely. And this is a nice one as well within these aspects. ATV off-road Fury 3 as far as these first can have now. Something this is particular online type. This particularly has an online mode, and the fourth one did as well within some stuff pitches. So it's kind of aspects for us saying makes me question like some of the particular stages that you race in pitch like that. Some of the aspects just paying attention, like the interesting type varieties that could be gotten to pitch like that. So I just question between like the soundtrack of these particular games, like the pitch behind some of these type fairs. It's banging type ness, just some banging typeness. Question about the interestingness of the game pitch like that. Some good type players, but the aspect behind it, good type varieties amongst it. So yeah, good type players amongst some of these type products, some banging type ones in the aspect. There's plenty more to get to. There's going to be part 3, part 4, part 5, further these type ones pitch like that. So pay attention to some of these type products getting towards it here. But yeah, this Wicked type loud pack here from Larry the Batman fan in part 2 and of Wicked type product here from Larry the Batman fan in part 2 and of part 1 as far as this pitch going to happen. Good type phrase.